Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on weird and true mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 826, written by AgnostosTheosLogos. The mysterious case of lost chai. I had a pumpkin chai iced latte at the cafe. Ordered a second one, don't judge me, and poured what was left of the first one on top. Got in the car, drove to the pizza place, got pizza, and went home. Got out of the freaking car, put my freaking drink on top of the box while I keyed into the house, went inside and put the pizza on the TV tray by the chair. Sat down, opened the pizza box to have a slice. Instantly looked for the spilled chai. No chai. Cleaned the whole damn house, the car, checked the Ring camera. Sure enough, it's on the pizza box when I went in. It's not on the ground outside, inside, under the car, in or on top of the car, in the house, the fridge, the freezer, or in any of the trash cans. I'm so freaking bitter. It's like I forgot the chai was on top of the box when I opened it, and then it was just gone as I did. I can't explain it. It's nowhere. Case notes for file 826, the mysterious case of the lost chai. Right, so if I judge people for having too much coffee, I would be the biggest hypocrite on earth. You know, I live on coffee. It is what it is. Though I try to stick to just black coffee, so at least I'm not loading up on too many calories from all the cream and sugar and all that. Though that is delicious. You know, a cappuccino, that's my mortal sin. I especially love this glitch because you're not depending purely on your memory. You had the Ring camera system set up, so you saw yourself entering with the chai on top of the pizza box. Then you open the pizza box and there's no chai. And obviously you didn't see the container anywhere, you didn't see the cup anywhere. You cleaned the whole house, checked the car, even though you already entered and you had the Ring camera footage to know that you didn't have the coffee. That's really good. At least you're not going completely crazy, like you didn't buy the coffee at all. You did, it just vanished, which is a different form of crazy, but not really crazy. You're not crazy. Trying to make sense of it sometimes, clearly it just glitches out. Maybe it's just trying to keep us on our toes. Let's go with that. Staking our fish, our bacon, now our coffee. I don't know what to do. Seems like we have to go to war with the universe. Or the extra-dimensional entities taking our stuff. Case file number 827. Written by Nemesis 824. Pickup truck vanished before my eyes. This morning I was taking my usual route to work, which consists of roughly 50 miles urban and freeway driving. Approaching the end of the urban area, there is a light and a T-shaped intersection. Imagine I'm driving to the stoplight, coming from the downside of the T. Red light, 3 cars in front of me, mind you. There are 2 lanes, one dark red BMW, one dark blue minivan, and a white pickup truck. The white pickup truck was stopped behind the blue minivan. The driver's turn signal is set to the right. It was such an odd choice since you can only go left there. I turned to my mother to tell her how she shouldn't drive. She asked what I meant. I tell her, look, the white truck is doing an illegal turn, which is dangerous and stupid to say the least. She asks again, what white truck? I turn around just as I'm approaching the stoplight. Now, there are only 2 cars, the red BMW and the blue van. We look around. Nothing. If he did overtake and sped off from a light, we would still be able to fully see him for about a mile. Take into consideration, all this happens in the span of 2 seconds. No vehicle could pull this off. Doesn't matter if it's 1,000,000 horsepower. Just baffles my mind. Case notes for file 827. The pickup truck that vanished before my eyes. By your description, indeed, even a Tesla Model S with the rocket mode enabled couldn't quite pull this off. I'm trying to label these types of glitches where people are seeing into another universe. Universal peering, I suppose. And in that universe, there was 3 cars there. The BMW, the blue minivan, and the white pickup truck. Although it's weird that he had his turn signal on, turning right, even though he was in the left lane. That's just bad driving, I suppose. And, you know, that happens everywhere, so that's not inconceivable. You know what it reminds me of? It's almost like the universe is losing cohesion, and we're in the beginning phases of a server merger, where if you haven't played MMOs, there's different servers that people have their characters stored on and they play on those realms. But sometimes the population decreases. To balance that out, so those players can still play with other people, they merge servers. They'll have a low population server merge with a higher one, or a medium one. sometimes even multiple servers merging together. And it kind of feels like that happens often in the universe. The multiverse, I should say. Not population dependent, but maybe iteration dependent. Maybe we're too similar to other copies, so there's no reason for us to exist, so they're being merged back in. Creepy file number 60, written by Kaylin7. Chopped meat. My family owns a boutique store in a very big city here in the south. Our boutique is located in a very wealthy neighborhood, but that doesn't say much. If you go not even a mile north, south, west, or east, you'll enter rough areas of the city. With that being said, we have a lot of homeless, drug addicts, and sketchy people in general coming into our stores. When these people come in, we are also nice, respectful, and treat them just like we would our normal customers. We try not to judge by their appearances. However, we don't tolerate begging, stealing, or soliciting. So we've all had our share of weird encounters at our store. However, I think my most recent encounter was the creepiest. Last week, getting ready to close, I was tidying up the store when a woman came in. I greeted her as normal and everything seemed smooth sailing. She was looking around and engaging in conversation about some of our pieces when all of a sudden things changed quickly. The vibe and feeling of the room just felt eerie, so I moved behind the counter just to create a barrier. She began by grabbing one of our candles that had the saying, "I love you to the moon and back," across the front of it. I think this is what originally triggered her. She began talking about her family, how she would read the book, "I love you to the moon and back," to her triplets that she didn't know she even had. She then started telling me about her life being married to Ryan Gosling, and how she recently killed him because he kept poisoning her and hiding her 3 sets of triplets and daughter from her. At this point, I was just listening. I didn't want to upset her any more than she already was. When she finished, she began walking the store again, telling me about how she just got out of jail for stabbing someone. And at this point, she gets about 4 feet away from the counter and tilts her head, looks me in the eyes and says, "I really feel like chopping you up right now." We were the only 2 in the store at the time, and I was in shock. I had no clue what was about to happen. Up until then, she was just rambling. This was the first instance of her showing aggression. Luckily, seconds after that statement, another customer, one of my regulars, came in, and the woman, who just told me she wanted to chop me up, grabbed her stuff and walked out of the door. My regular could feel the tension as I rushed behind her and locked us in the store. So, to the lady who wants to chop me up, let's not meet ever again. Creepy file number 61, written by Significant Swan 159. Never open the door. The twins, 14 years old, and I went to bed a while ago. I'm still recovering from an infection, so I fell asleep very quickly, and I probably was not entirely as quick thinking as usual. About half an hour ago, I woke up because someone was knocking on my front door. I came down and, first mistake, opened the front door. A young man was there, asking about someone called James. My youngest brother is called James, so this confused me at first, but James has never lived here. I tried to tell him he had got the wrong address. He carried on talking, and it was clear he wasn't talking about my brother. I told him again that he had the wrong address, and he became quite aggressive. He said I was lying, and then he asked me to let him in so that he could charge his phone, and then I will show you I'm at the right house. I tried to close the door, and he blocked it with his foot. After a brief struggle, I managed to get the door shut. When I closed the door, he carried on knocking for a while and started yelling that he wasn't a scumbag and I was treating him like a scumbag. He wasn't going to hurt me, he just wanted to charge his phone. Eventually, he went away, but I am really shaken up and I'm feeling really vulnerable. I am lucky because we have great neighbors and I know if they heard something they would come running, but they clearly didn't hear this. How can I feel secure when there's only me and the kids in the house? We are taking self-defense classes, but I'm very aware that tonight could have ended very differently if he had gotten into my house. My neighbors, both male, retired dad and his 19-year-old construction worker son, both built like brick crap houses, have just found 2 lads hiding in their back garden. As soon as they were found, they ran for it. Son grabbed one of them and now they're waiting for the police. Their garden shares a fence with my garden. I don't recognize the lad who's been grabbed, but it's possible that his accomplice is the guy who tried to get in last night, or it may be completely coincidental. Neighbor's son has a high-end motorbike that is very desirable and parked in the back garden for that reason. Be vigilant, people. I will definitely be hiking up some security and I will never open the door again unless I know who it is, because I opened the door tonight when I heard a neighbor say my name.